Today's topic is ball striking. We're going to take a look at your hips or your pelvis. We're going to look at how they should move in the backswing and the downswing, and we're going to look at it from a slightly different view. Welcome back to the Forest of Arden, where we're talking about the hips and the pelvis and how this can really link very, very closely to the ability that you have to strike the ball well. All the best players strike the ball well. You will most likely benefit from striking the ball better than you currently do. So in this particular video, you're going to learn about how the hips or the pelvis should rotate in the backswing. We've got a couple of little friends joining us here on the tee. You're also going to learn a little bit about how the hips have to move in the transition, the downswing, and through into impact. And as you've already just seen there, we're going to use a slightly different camera from over here to look at the golf swing from the behind view. So let's take a set to this golf ball and go through the reference points that we're talking about. So if I've set my camera up correctly and I've set that alignment stick correctly, that alignment stick should be pretty much through the middle of my hips or my tailbone. Now, I appreciate that you won't be able to see this when you do it, but if we can explain what's going to happen in this video, and then when you're on the golf course, the concept and the idea and what you're visualizing can really help you. So let's look at what we would tend to see in a particularly poor rotation. That tailbone would very often move behind the alignment stick. What we would tend to see in a better golf swing would be, as we rotate, that tailbone tends to move slightly in front of the alignment stick. So already we're seeing a big difference there in that the tailbone would tend to shift too much off the board of the backswing versus the better player who tends to shift it slightly towards the target. I think these ducks are going to join us for the rest of this video. So once I've made my poor move and my tailbone has gone off this way, we can shift back towards the target, but very often it's never going to get back in front of the alignment stick. That better player who makes that better rotation and the tailbone shifts slightly towards the target, as they transition, it will move even more towards the target before we start to rotate. And as we finish, I'm going to have both of my hips target side of the alignment stick. So the poorer golfer is definitely going to have more this movement. And then as they go through, they very often hit the shot and the tailbone almost stays behind the alignment stick. It certainly doesn't finish in front of it. So that's a visual from looking from behind the golfer. Obviously, when you're on the golf course, you're not going to have that view, you're not going to have that alignment stick. You've only got what you believe is the right concept and what you're trying to do, and that's where this can really help. So as I'm taking a setup to this golf ball, my concepts and ideas can be very, very clear. I can almost imagine my tailbone. I can feel it moves maybe 1 to 2 inches forwards in the backswing, and then as I transition, it moves forward even more and stays forward. And what this is really going to do is it's going to help you with shifting pressure, because that's going to help you shift onto that lead side. It's going to help you control the lowest part of your swing, which we need to be target side of the ball. And those two things ultimately just help you improve your ball striking. They start to elevate your ball striking, you start to be able to strike it better, flight it better, hit higher at the club face, which gives you more ball speed, and we get so many benefits when we start to move the hips correctly. So let's go ahead and hit this one. I've got 5-iron here, but this would apply with pretty much all of my golf clubs. Maybe drive will be slightly different, but we might do a video on that one a little bit more down the line. So tailbone is going to move forward in the backswing and more forward in the downswing. So focus on what your hips are doing. Use that concept and that idea. If you do get a chance to video golf swing, absolutely pop a camera there, look at it. It's quite interesting to see your golf swing from a different point of view. That's not a camera angle we tend to use that often, but it does show quite a lot about the golf swing, and it can help you appreciate what your hips are doing and how you can work on improving those. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below, comments box, like button. Please share this video with someone you know who could benefit from a slightly better strike with their irons. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that link down in the description box or the one in the corner here. And hopefully we'll see you back here soon for a future video.